Are you ready when the job offer comes in? Welcome to Negotiating a Job Offer. The 3 modules in this course will help you adopt the right mindset, prepare you with the essential research, and give you a step-by-step framework for negotiating the whole package. This is the second module of our 3-part series and will give you the information you need to prepare for the negotiation. At the end of this brief lesson, you'll know what research to conduct and where to find it, make a list of your personal priorities, and how to prepare yourself for the challenges of negotiating. A critical first step to successfully negotiating a salary package is conducting industry research and understanding who you are negotiating with. To be able to set your personal salary target, you need to know what the average salary is for that position. Remember that a successful negotiation is based on fair market value, not what you want or need. There are several good sources of salary information. Your most reliable source would be the organization. Some companies may provide salary information at posting. If you have network connections at the company, you may be able to get a sense of pay scales or bonus structures. Although many people may not be comfortable sharing their personal salary, you may be able to learn of salary ranges. You can also check websites like ONET Online, Salary.com, PESA, and Glassdoor, and others. ONET Online, a website sponsored by the U.S. Department of Labor, offers detailed occupation summaries. Here you can find median salaries along with a link to Career One Stop to get state and local averages. Websites like Salary.com and PESA provide salary information that you can further filter by education, experience, and location. Job search sites like Indeed and Glassdoor report salary estimates. But keep in mind that these numbers are taken from what site users report, so they may not be entirely accurate. Use this data in conjunction with other sites to make sure you are getting a realistic picture of the industry. Your research can also give you an idea of what limitations an industry or organization may have. Things like salary caps, structured benefits, or retirement plans. For example, a state agency will have less flexibility on vacation time or salary than a privately owned company. Who you are negotiating with can impact the outcome. For example, if you negotiate with someone in HR, they're more likely to stick within organizational guidelines. If you're negotiating with your potential supervisor, they may have more power to authorize higher salary or other benefits. Granted, there is nothing you can do about this, but it will help you to be sensitive to your counterpart's limitations. Now that you have a sense of what the going rate is for the position in question, you can set your own priorities. Remember that a job offer goes just beyond salary. While salary is important, there are some things that can be more important than money. Maybe you're willing to take a lower salary to get into a particular company because of its reputation. Or maybe you have applied to many positions, but one is more appealing to you because it offers better long-term career options. Or maybe you've been job hunting for a while and getting a job is the priority with less regard for salary. You need to decide what's important for you. You need to consider the entire package. Things like salary and vacation time are obvious, but there are other things to consider, like signing bonus, funds for relocation, work schedule, start date, and opportunities for professional development or tuition reimbursement. This list includes many of the most common benefits, but there may be others unique to your organization. Using the salary research you've compiled, you need to set your salary levels. You have 3 numbers. The first is your walkaway point, the minimum you are willing to take. If their offer is below this, you'll turn them down because you have a better alternative, which is to either keep looking, knowing you can expect to make more elsewhere, or staying in your current position. Your next number is your safety net, a reasonable salary for someone with your education and experience, based on your research. And finally, your aspirational salary. This is the top number you could possibly expect based on your research and experience. This is the number that starts your negotiation. With those salary numbers in mind, and having considered what aspects are most important to you, you're now going to create your personal list of priorities. This includes salary, your expectations for paid time off, other prioritized benefits like relocation or telecommuting, and your start date. If you have pre-planned commitments such as vacation, you'll need to include those in your discussions. Preparing this list in advance ensures that you don't forget anything. With your research and priorities established, your next step is to mentally and emotionally prepare for the negotiation. First, let's talk about how you approach negotiation. A common misconception is that you have to dominate a negotiation in order to be successful. That's why most people picture negotiation as a battle. But evidence shows that taking a deferent approach actually results in a better deal. In a recent study, deferential negotiators did not sacrifice their desires or preferences. Rather, they employed a subtler, more respectful conversational approach to achieve their goals. This chart gives a good comparison of the two approaches. Ultimately, the deferent approach makes your counterpart feel competent and respected, which is important for getting them on your side. Your counterpart is only going to work to get you a better offer if they like you. Doing something that makes you less likable in a negotiation, like being arrogant, greedy, or demanding, lowers the likelihood that the other side will fight for you. While it is important to remember that negotiation is not personal, you can still use emotion to your advantage. Demonstrating your enthusiasm and gratitude will incline your counterpart to help you. What you say and how you say it is critical, so you must be conscious of your verbal communication. While you don't want to sound like you're giving an ultimatum, you still need to sound confident, so avoid apologizing or sounding unsure. Another common mistake is revealing too much. This often happens when a candidate feels like a recruiter or hiring manager is on their side, so the candidate shares the lowest salary they'll accept, hoping their counterpart will admit the most the company will offer. Salary negotiations rarely happen face to face, but if they do, make sure your body language sends the right message. You'll want to avoid nervous gestures like fidgeting, or passive behaviors like not making eye contact. And things like covering your mouth could be construed as distrustful. And of course, avoid aggressive postures like leaning forward or pounding the table. As with any important venture, preparation is key. To review, you need to prepare by researching the industry and organization, setting your personal priorities in terms of employment, salary, and benefits, and adopting the right emotional mindset. Armed with this information, you're almost ready to negotiate. The next module offers a step-by-step framework for negotiating, including what to say and when.